what is the best weight loss diet? Given the gargantuan size of the weight loss industry, you can understand why this is a popular question, especially when so many people are trying to make you part with your hard-earned cash by acting like they found the Holy Grail. So when someone asks what the best weight loss diet is, they're probably referring to what can take them from body weight A to body weight B the fastest. But let's take that idea and park it really fucking far over there, because this question is actually a bit problematic. If you only focus on body weight, is all weight loss good? Lots of wank puffins sell laxative teas on social media masquerading as fat loss products. Total body weight is indiscriminate. It doesn't distinguish between fat mass and muscle mass and glycogen and water, etc. For example, in this study that compared different modalities of exercise, you can see the group who lost the most weight is the middle column that did aerobic exercise. However, when you look at actual body composition changes, the group on the right that did aerobic training and resistance training lost the most actual fat mass. They just didn't lose as much body weight because they also gained lean body mass, whereas the aerobic training group did not. Not all weight loss is fat loss. Keep that in mind before you chase any change in scale weight like a hyperactive squirrel searching for nuts. Secondly, how fast you can get from point A to point B isn't actually the question most people want the answer to. They want to know how they can go from point A to point B and actually stay at point B. Sustained weight loss rather than yo-yo dieting. The fastest way to get from here to here would be eating 0 calories and chomping on a cocktail of laxatives and diuretics while shaving off all your body hair. So please don't assume that all weight loss is good and all methods are equally healthy. With that big disclaimer out the way, let's look at what is best. Lots of studies look at the effects of an individual diet. And if you look at all of these, you will see that you can lose weight via approximately 18 gajillion methods. Think of individual studies like these as putting a single snail on a racetrack and seeing how successful it is. When you watch them all on their own, you will see that they all have the potential to get to the finish line. Based on individual trials, you can achieve weight loss via food-focused methods like plant-based diets, Mediterranean diets, paleo diets, etc. or macronutrient-based diets ranging from hardcore ketogenic to super extreme low-fat and everything in between. And the same with timing-based diets, 16-8 time restricted feeding, alternate day fasting, 5-2 diets, etc. All diets can produce weight loss when they're calorie controlled. All the snails can get to the end. But if you want to know which is best, you have to watch them race, right? So this is where you look at trials that compare multiple diets, like this one which looked at Atkins, Ornish, Weight Watchers and Zone. And in this particular trial, all of the diets produced modest weight loss, but there's something more important to focus on than the amount. Look at those fucking dropout rates. At the 1 year mark, the lowest dropout rates were 35% of subjects, which is why the authors concluded that the amount of weight loss was associated with dietary adherence, not diet type. Because when it comes to races, you have to be in it to win it. The slowest snail will beat the fastest snail if the fastest one decides to fuck off down the pub and have a few beers with its mates. Without getting too nerdy, there are different types of dietary studies, and I'll give you a couple of examples. You can give people very precise dietary prescriptions, or even provide them with the foods they're going to eat to make sure that you are 100% in control of what they consume, which allows you to measure which diet is better because you know they have eaten exactly what you think they've eaten. Alternatively, you can tell people what diet to follow and cross your fingers and hope for the best, which is more common in long-term dietary studies. And people fucking love the mental masturbation of what looks best on paper. But sometimes they forget the bigger picture. If you took 1,000 people and told them all to follow the best diet, what percentage of those 1,000 people aren't even going to be following it for a full year? So when you put all the snails on a racetrack simultaneously and look at review papers which pull many different research studies together, you can see some really common trends. This meta-analysis of 48 different control trials showed that weight loss was achieved via low carb or low fat, and the differences between them were so small that you should recommend diets based on personal preference. Or this newer network analysis of 121 different control trials, which again concluded that weight loss differences between diets were small, hence the importance of recommending the diet that people will actually stick to. So here is the really fucking important thing that everyone should know about weight loss diets. The percentage of people that go on a diet and sustain significant weight loss in the long term is piss poor, and this has been confirmed via numerous review papers. So the point is, whilst everyone is focusing on which snail might be fastest on paper, they're missing the fact that a lot of them won't even finish the fucking race. Does it matter which diet produces slightly more weight loss at the 6-month mark if you're not able to stick with it any longer than that? Fuck wondering about what is best on paper and prioritise finding something that you can personally stick with. And that is why people who are trying to shoehorn everyone into following one best diet are doing you a disservice and probably trying to sell you something.